Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are here talking about the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. This is occurring on the 8th of April of 2024. Hold on to your hats here, folks. This is a big one. Number one, the solar eclipse itself is always a very spectacular, if you can see it, astronomical event, right? It's like the fire in the sky kind of energy. Way back in, before they understood astrology, way back in medieval times and things, whenever there was an eclipse, it was like the end of the world, right? The end of times. Of course, we don't look at it quite that way these days, although eclipses can be very unpredictable and they can bring things out of the woodwork. Expect the unexpected whenever we do have eclipse energy, because pretty much anything goes. We can have endings, we can have new beginnings, we can have surprises, we can have joyous occasions and joyous things that come out of nowhere. We can also have things coming out of the woodwork. And so things that have been forgotten about, or things that maybe someone neglected. If you think of your workplace, maybe something comes up from 2 years ago that some old employee never took care of properly, and now here it is. Somehow you have to deal with it. So things like that can very much come up at eclipses. The eclipses can also bring about fated events and just things that are kind of meant to happen, or things that kind of put you right back on your destined path. Now, this particular one, this is going to happen on April 8th of 2024. Pacific Standard Time is 11:20 a.m. is when that full effect of that eclipse is. 2:20 p.m. Eastern time, okay. But check your clocks, check your calendar, check, NASA or something like that to see where and when yours is going to be visible the most. Make sure that you do view eclipses with a little bit of safety in mind, though, because we don't want to burn your retinas out or anything like that. Make sure you do have proper glasses to watch it. Now, new moons themselves bring new beginnings. A solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. So there could be a new beginning somewhere in your life coming about because of this eclipse. Now, this eclipse does trigger a whole cycle. Normally, this cycle does end in about 6 months, because it usually culminates with the full moon in Aries, usually in October, right, is when we have the next eclipse season. This one's a little strange because we actually don't get another full moon in the sign of Aries until the spring, because the eclipse in October of 2024 is actually going to be in Pisces. So very interesting kind of energy there. So this is a long, drawn out new beginning event, which can actually give you some more time to, get things done or get things started, or start to see some progress. This is also conjunct Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, so this is a perfect time to heal old wounds, whether they're personal, emotional, whether it's something in your career, something in your relationships, right? So this can help us heal some insecurities, some fears, right? And so it's a huge opportunity for healing and having a fresh start. So it is really quite exciting. This is also occurring, there's a lot going on. There's also occurring at the time of a Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades are a time to take a step back, reflect, regroup, renew, reassess, and reevaluate things in our lives. It can also be a time where we can gain some clarity and insights, because we are having a look back at something, or we are double checking something over. We can get the answers that we've been looking for, and sometimes we can have a second chance at something here, whether it's a second chance to start something new, or a second chance to heal something and release it and let it go. This eclipse is happening at 19 degrees. If you know your astrological birth chart, and if you have any personal planets between 17 and 21 degrees, you're going to feel this the most, but have no fear. This is going to impact us all. Reflect back to the solar eclipse that we had in 2023. There may be some things that have played out for you, or maybe there's something that you've forgotten about and you're like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. I'm going to give myself a second chance to start something fresh, or to kind of turn over a new page, turn over a new leaf. That was a doozy of an eclipse last year, of course, because we also had a square to Pluto, right? So that was that was a tricky one, that one. And it really did kickstart a lot of massive changes. I know that I had a lot of massive changes last year, especially through the summer when Venus went retrograde in the sign of Leo. That was not a good time. So, this can be where some things have kind of played out for you, or there may be still some things going on. But this is going to be a very interesting one as well. A couple of days after this eclipse, okay, on April 11th, we have a Mercury cazimi. So a cazimi the word cazimi means in the heart of the sun. This is where we can get a mental breakthrough, new visions of the future. This is where we can plant new seeds of intentions. Fresh truths might be revealed, and this can actually bring you some good luck. So the cazimi can actually be a really good time to set intentions to manifest some things into your life. But whatever your situation is, this is going to be a fiery eclipse. It's going to be intense, but it's very closely linked with the sun, so it can be very creative, very energetic. If you've been feeling stuck in a rut, this might be where you get the energy boost you need to get things started and to really get some action going, right? Follow your passion, your goals, your dreams. You might be filled with a little bit more positivity than you were previously, and it's not that we don't have some bumpy astrology coming in as well, because we do, but this is probably going to give you a little bit more of a positive vibe to overcome things or to make those little changes that you want to make. So having said that, let's get into your cards and let's pull out cards for your sign. And for you here, Pisces, we're probably going to be focusing a little bit on your money. This eclipse is happening in your second astrological house, ruled by Venus, excellent, and ruled in its Taurus energy. So this is about your material things, the things you own, the things you possess, the things you buy, what you spend your money on. This does have to do with your work income, so how you make your money, how you invest your money. And with the new moon, you could have some new investment opportunities. You can have some new career opportunities opening up for you, or maybe you just have a little bit of luck on your side and you got a little bit of money coming your way from something that you have done or something that you've worked hard for, or maybe you just have a little bit of luck. So this also does have to do with your property, so the things you own, like where you live. So some of you here, because it's the new moon energy and because we are in the spring, you could be doing some decluttering. And as you declutter, or if let's say you want a new couch, maybe instead of donating your couch, you're going to sell your couch, right? And so, you don't have to spend as much money. You may have some expensive possessions that, especially if you've been going through a few little ups and downs with your finances, if you've got a couple of things that are worth a little bit of money, you might be selling them at this time. Bring you in some new money to do something that you want to do with, right? You could be doing that, but you could also be buying something that you want as well. The second house also has to do with your value or your values, okay? So this is about your self-esteem, your self-worth, and what it's tied to. And that's very interesting with the second house energy, because sometimes, especially with social media and things like that, our self-esteem, our self-worth tends to sometimes, not for everybody by any stretch of the imagination, but we see it all the time, is your personal self-esteem and value tied to what you own and what you possess. And this is not anything new. This started probably right around the Victorian age, somewhere in there, when we started to turn our houses into homes. and things that we're proud of, right? And we started to decorate our homes and things like that. And all of a sudden, we come out of eras where our home was just somewhere to put a roof over our head, right? We come out of those eras where all of a sudden our self-worth is tied to our houses, our homes, what things look like, how they're decorated, all these kind of things. So you could be reassessing something there in your world with your second house energy, right? What is your self-esteem tied to? So very interesting energy, a little bit of deep thoughts, deep introspection there. But we do have this ruled by Venus. So you could have a new beginning, a fresh start. You could be feeling really creative, but you could also be finding the resources that you need right when you need them. We have Taurus. Hey, look at that. Taurus energy, release control. Go with the flow. Let something go. Be willing to try new things. Be willing to evolve and change, right? When we try and control things too much, we tend to create blocks and obstacles. And we're not going to do that today. No, siree, Bob, we are not. All right, we're going to release control. We're going to be in the flow. We're going to be receptive and open, but we're also going to be ready for some action. We have the Fool. There you go. Okay, that's awesome energy there for you. The Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant. There's that Taurus energy again. So Taurus energy is really important for you at this time. This is going to be a very impactful eclipse for you on some level. And remember, things may happen quite quickly within a few weeks. Things may take a few months to play out for you. This is a very long-lasting eclipse that's going to be re-triggered a number of times throughout the year. So this Taurus energy ruled by Venus, it's not a bad thing for you guys, right? Because maybe you are feeling quite creative, or maybe you are feeling like, things are starting to come together for you. The Venus rules the Empress card, right? And this is where things come to fruition for us. This is where we take care of ourselves and our worth. And maybe where you might reassess or have a look at the things that you do possess or own. But this can also be that energy of new beginnings and a fresh start and doing what we want and having the resources or discovering the resources that we need when we need them. But we do have the Fool card, so jumping and leaping right into something here. The Fool brings a sense of adventure, new beginnings, a fresh start, or the next level of something. Okay, with the Seven of Pentacles here and the Hierophant, some of you could be discovering a little bit of financial freedom, and this may be because of a personal relationship. The Hierophant, right, it's quite often the marriage card, right, or a higher level of commitment. So some of you could be having some career progress here. You could be having some investments coming to fruition. Very interesting that we do get the Seven of Pentacles, because this is about assessing things. It can be about where, something has come to fruition for you, and now you're contemplating, this person standing under this tree. There's all these pentacles that have grown in the tree. She's standing there with a basket, but she's like, do I take my pentacles off of this tree, or are they going to get bigger? Can they still grow into the 10 of Pentacles? So this is an energy of assessing things that you own, assessing your investments, assessing your money situation. And, am I in the right place? Am I making the right moves? Are my investments paying off? Is there more room for growth? Or do I need to try something new? Do I need to take something to the next level? Is this an opportunity for me to cash out and move somewhere a little bit different? So the Seven of Pentacles can be that you've been patiently waiting for something, and now there's something here, and you're just going to, in that Fool energy, you're going to trust yourself to make the right decisions and to take that leap forward. You believe in yourself and you have faith in yourself with the Hierophant there, okay? And you're just trusting in the process. You're trusting in things. Is very exciting. So some very exciting things going on for some of you here, especially with your money or your ability to make it, okay? But this Seven of Pentacles is also one of strategy, right? So your strategy may pay off for you, what you've been doing so far, but you could also be assessing your situation and putting a new financial strategy in place, okay, that will enable you in the future maybe for or early retirement, or you're saving up for the future so you don't have to worry in your old age, that kind of thing, right? Or if you're looking for some career growth so you can make some more money, you're laying the groundwork for that as well. But the Fool says jump right in. Sometimes we hold on to things a little bit too tight. The Fool does not. The Fool releases. The Fool lets go. The Fool says, let's go. Pitter patter, let's get at her. Let's just take that first step towards our future. Do we know where we're going to go? No. Do we know what's going to happen? No. But I'm trusting myself that I'm making the right decision. Uranus rules the Fool card. And later on in April, on the 20th, we do have a conjunction, and this is very interesting. This might be very impactful for you. We have a conjunction between Jupiter and Uranus, and it's in the sign of Taurus. So something here really wonderful is being activated for you guys. So very interesting energy, okay? Jupiter likes to bring us something. Jupiter is, of course, our most beneficial planet. Expansion, growth, good luck, good fortune, abundance in our lives, but also wisdom and big picture thinking, right? So all of these things, Uranus rules the Fool card, and Uranus is also the ruler of Aquarius. Uranus is the key word for Uranus energy is I evolve. Brings us change, inventions, rebellion, okay, liberates us from things that have been holding us back. And it really does represent the future. So taking big, bold financial steps in your future and believing that you're making the right choices, the right decisions. Maybe you're looking to park your money in something for the long term, and this will pay off for you. Some of you could also have some longer term personal commitments here with the Hierophant, where you are pooling your money together, right? And you can make it grow a little bit faster because now you've got extra resources there, right? So, but you do have a big, big Taurus energy. So I feel like this eclipse is lining up for you for some very powerful energies that are coming in there with that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. And that's not going to be a one-day event. That's going to evolve, right? So this can be really important times for you guys for some very good and very positive financial changes. So whether you jump into a new job, whether you find a perfect investment, or whether you've got some personal situation, you're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, all right? And you are taking something next level. Lovely. We have a dream here for you. Wish upon a star. Yes, indeed. Wish upon a star. What do you want? Where do you see yourself going? Set your intentions, set your goals, set your dreams, okay, and then be ready for action. Don't try and control the outcome of things, though. Go with the flow. And there's your final message. Life is conspiring for me. Yes, it is. Life is never happening to you. When we embrace the energy that life is happening to us, we play the victim. And it's like we have no say, no role in anything that happens in our life. Whereas life is conspiring for me, everything is happening for your best and highest good. Everything is happening for you, even the difficult things. Because they bring us wisdom and growth and experience. And this builds us a good, strong, solid foundation. Lays the groundwork for success, right? We learn more from the difficulties that we experience than we do if everything was all hunky-dory, peachy keen 24 hours a day. We would never recognize when something is extra wonderful, right? So life is always conspiring for you. I'll leave that there for you guys. Some very interesting and some potentially very exciting things going on here for you. But I hope there was something here for you. If so, please do hit that like button there, that thumbs up. It's free for you, but it does help me. I truly thank you for that. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content, but don't be afraid to jump into a conversation down below or even start one. We're all in this crazy energy together. A lot of some people are just like, oh yeah, I got this. I'm loving this energy. Other people, they're like, oh my God, I'm afraid. I don't know what's happening. All these weird things keep happening around me. So collectively join as a group and see what's going on. Share your experiences. We can all learn from each other. But I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.